Hey everyone, and welcome to this explainer. Today, we are absolutely cutting through the endless noise and confusing diet advice out there. We're going to dive deep into the hidden dietary villains that might literally be sabotaging your metabolism right now. And we'll break down exactly what happens inside your body when you eat them. Let's get right into it.
Okay, so here's our roadmap for today. We're starting off with the sweet deceivers. Then we'll move on to the processed punishers, followed by the carb crashers. After that, we'll look at why context matters for kids and kidneys, and finally, we'll wrap the whole thing up with the balanced solution.
All right, so here's a question that might completely change how you look at your kitchen pantry. Are your healthy groceries actually destroying your metabolism? It's kind of wild, but a lot of the foods we buy thinking we're making these amazing, healthy choices are actually wreaking absolute havoc behind the scenes. Take a classic staple, for example, orange juice. Because the natural protective fiber of the fruit is completely stripped away during processing, a big glass of 100% juice hits your liver with a massive 55% fructose load. And you know, fructose isn't processed by all your cells like regular glucose is. It goes straight to the liver. So metabolically speaking, drinking a glass of juice is virtually identical to chugging a can of soda. You're just overloading your liver with liquid sugar.
Which brings us nicely to section 1, the sweet deceivers.
Now, I was totally shocked to learn about this one. You know that incredibly common healthy swap, agave nectar? You always see it sitting right next to the honey at the grocery store. Well, agave actually contains between 70 to 90% fructose. That is a staggering amount. It completely overwhelms the liver and drives insulin resistance despite its whole natural reputation. Gram for gram, the sources note it's literally one of the worst things you can consume for your metabolism.
So what these sweet deceivers do is create what's known as metabolic dysfunction. Think of it exactly like slapping a massive, heavy chain lock on your refrigerator and pantry. The food and the fuel are sitting right there in your house, but your cells simply cannot access them. So your body adapts by slowing everything down, causing you to gain weight while, ironically, you're still feeling hungry and fatigued all day long.
And oh man, we have to talk about trendy oat milk. Honestly, it isn't really milk at all. It's essentially a starch slurry. And a starch is really just a long chain of sugar molecules. So when you pour it into your morning coffee, it is immediately turned into sugar, causing this massive blood sugar spike that sets you up for cravings and brain fog for the rest of the day. A much better metabolic swap would be unsweetened coconut milk or almond milk, which are way lower in starches.
Okay, let's keep moving. Section 2, the processed punishers.
So you hear a lot about seed oils, things like corn, canola, and soybean oil, which are often promoted as heart healthy, right? Well, when these really delicate oils are highly refined, bleached, and then heated up in industrial fryers, they generate these highly toxic byproducts called aldehydes. And these toxins are bad news. They cause deep cellular damage, create widespread inflammation, and drive insulin resistance. What's even crazier is that these altered fats can linger in your cell membranes for hundreds of days. Hundreds. There are a few other universal heavy hitters to watch out for too. Obviously, deep-fried foods are on the list since they're usually soaking up those toxic seed oils. Then you've got ultra-processed deli meats. Think your standard hot dogs, bologna, and salami, which pack harmful levels of sodium and cancer-linked nitrates. Oh, and hidden industrial starches like maltodextrin. You actually find maltodextrin as the #1 ingredient in a lot of gym protein powders. It basically acts as a pure metabolism-wrecking filler that packs over 1,000 calories a serving without giving you any real nutritional value whatsoever.
All right, let's dive into section 3, the carb crashers. So, the key to smart carbohydrate consumption really just comes down to one vital concept: net carbs. Look, carbs absolutely fuel the brain and our cells, but they definitely are not all created equal. Because dietary fiber isn't digested by the body, subtracting that fiber from your total carbohydrates gives you your net carbs, and that is the number that actually impacts your blood sugar.
The contrast here is just striking. Let's look at the numbers for a second. A serving of white rice gives you 80 grams of total carbs and barely any fiber, leaving you with a massive 77 net carbs that's going to rapidly spike your sugar. Bell peppers, on the other hand, they give you only 4 net carbs. You can immediately see why swapping out refined grains for fiber-rich veggies completely changes your body's glycemic response. It keeps you full, completely skipping that dreaded afternoon energy crash.
Moving right along to section 4, context matters. Specifically, looking at kids and kidneys.
Now, for infants under 12 months, their developing bodies are incredibly vulnerable.
For example, giving a baby honey carries a severe risk of botulism, which is a very dangerous type of food poisoning. Cow's milk has way too many proteins and minerals that can actually strain their tiny kidneys and even cause intestinal bleeding. Plus, unpasteurized products carry severe bacterial risks, and fruit juice, it provides absolutely zero nutritional benefit while introducing harmful added sugars to their delicate little systems.
But what about the other end of the spectrum? As we cross the age of 50, our physiology fundamentally shifts. The way our body processes fat, sodium, and sugar completely changes. And what that means is we have to be hyper-vigilant about the exact foods our bodies might have easily bounced back from back in our 20s.
Aging also requires us to pay super close attention to our kidney health. There are specific foods that are just an absolute nightmare for our delicate filtering organs. Dark sodas are strongly linked to kidney disease and osteoporosis. Frozen microwave meals and deli meats pack in massive amounts of hidden sodium that just skyrocket your blood pressure. High-mercury fish like swordfish and king mackerel are literally toxic to the nervous system. And heavy spreads like butter and mayo, they just overload the body with saturated fats and excess calories.
All right, finally, Section 5, the balanced solution.
Listen, improving your health is absolutely not about miserable deprivation. It's really just about making smart, consistent swaps at the grocery store. You swap out refined carbs for whole, unprocessed foods that still have their fiber intact. You swap industrial seed oils for extra virgin olive oil. And instead of drinking concentrated fruit juice, just eat the whole fruit. You get all the brilliant benefits of the natural fiber that way, and your liver will thank you. Dr. Amit Shah from the source material hits the nail right on the head here with an 80-20 moderation rule. It empowers us to still enjoy life, go out with friends, and have a great meal without feeling totally restricted. If you just focus on nutrient-dense, real food 6 days a week, your body builds up the metabolic resilience to easily handle a fun night out. So, we've unpacked how sweet deceivers literally lock up your metabolism, how processed punishers create deep cellular damage, and how simple fiber changes the whole game. So I'll leave you with this. What hidden dietary villain are you going to swap out of your pantry today? Take this new knowledge, take some immediate action, and go reclaim your metabolism.